Let's start. This is do not take this cat home. You're not having a great day, as usual. This is one of these kind of games. These kind of games are fun, though. Oh, great. It's the first time in a while that you've felt like going out. But in the middle of your walk, it starts to rain. Typical. But maybe this is just a sign that you should have stayed home today. Yeah, you can always try again tomorrow. Yeah, wait. All right. You turn you turn to head home when a cat. Huh? What was that? There are only a few people around on the street. Makes sense due to the increase of missing persons around the area recently. Well, that and the weather. But none of them react to the sound at all. Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a dark, dingy alleyway. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward. The ground, dampened by the rains, makes your steps sound louder and more confident than you actually feel. Meow meow. Finally, the sound source comes into view in the cold, dim light of the alley. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. Huh? Guess that should have been obvious. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its front paws up on the edge of the box and looks up at you. Meow. So cute! And it definitely knows it. You've never had such much of an opinion, one way or another, about cats before. But if they're all like this one, it's a shock they haven't already found a way to rule the world. You don't think you'd mind bowing down to a feline overlord. You look around the alley with a small frown. Who leaves cats in cardboard boxes these days anyway? Wouldn't they just jump out and leave the box eventually? The cat doesn't answer you. The cat doesn't, obviously. It also doesn't do as you suggest and leave the box. It's just looking at you with its big eyes. I don't know if I trust this game. I don't feel like I trust this cat either. And now I'm concerned because there's like vomiting stuff. I don't like that. I wouldn't say I have a phobia towards it, but I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine. I think we'll just play till we get like one ending. Or like an hour, I don't know. As if waiting for you to make the next move. Oh, wait. Well, we could just not take the cat home. I want to see what happens if we don't do that. With a sigh, you take a decisive step back. As cute as the cat is, you really can't afford to be taking in a pet on a whim. Rent's coming up soon, and your job doesn't exactly leave you rolling in dough. You give the cat a sad nod. Sorry. Good luck out there, okay? You turn around and leave the cat in the alleyway behind. Rain's picking up. Time to head home. Ending. Not a fool. Not a fool. Okay. Well, that was the first ending. How do I know how many endings I've gotten? You're not having a great day. I should have saved, shouldn't I? This will be save 1. Return. Oh, great. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out, but in the middle of your walk it starts to rain. Typical. But maybe this sign is just a sign that you should have stayed home today. Yeah, you can always try again tomorrow, right? You turn to head home when you're a cat. Emily Madison, I'm banning you. I said no self-promotion in my chat, and you didn't listen. So, that's unfortunate. Anyways, well, that and the weather. But none of them react to the sound at all. Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a dark, dingy alleyway. You do timidly enter the alley and walk forward. The ground dampened by the rain makes your steps sound louder and more confident in each of you. Yeah, I'll take the cat. Fine. Seeing as to get anywhere in this game, I have to do what the game tells me not to do. But if they're all like this one, jogging them, a small frown. Who leaves cats in cardboard boxes these days anyway? Wouldn't they just jump out and leave the box eventually? So I'm assuming this is one of the situations where the thing seems harmless. It's kind of like that princess game. What does it go like? Don't slay the princess or something, but you don't want to because she's really nice, and then you kind of learn a lot of things. The game goes on twists. I'm taking the cat. You know what? You reach into the box and pick the cat up, holding it in front of you. Why not? Meow. You're all alone, and well, I'm kind of in the same boat myself, so you bring the cat close. You didn't realize it was shivering until just then, but it slowly breathes easier as it presses into your chest. Why not stick together, right? At least for a little while. Purr, purr. You think a little while will probably be more like a day. You'll be responsible and take it to a shelter tomorrow. But for now, let's get out of the rain, okay? Meow. Meow. You stop by a small local pet store for some cat food, then head back home. You live in a modest apartment. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. And you live alone in it. I mean, that sounds like it'd be enough, doesn't it? You need one bathroom for yourself. So it feels weird having another living being inside it after so long. Even if it's just a cat. I don't even have friends. That's a shame. After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor, you watch for a moment as it curiously explores the new environment. Leaving the feline to its own devices, you set about making the both of you some dinner. You take out the can of cat food and open it with the tab on top. You put some cat food on a saucer and click your tongue to call the cat over to you. It perks up at your beckoning and rushes over. Most cats don't respond to that. It looks at the plate of food and completely ignores it. Not hungry, I guess. You try not to let it annoy you. The cat doesn't understand the concept of money to appreciate that you spent your hard-earned cash on it. It's just a cat, after all. I'll just leave it here if you get hungry later, okay? The cat rubs its body against your legs with a purr. You smile. That's enough of thanks for you. It follows you into the kitchen as you start your own dinner. You decide that you have enough ingredients for a sandwich. Bread toasted, mayo and mustard spread, turkey and cheese, and lettuce perfectly placed. Ow. You wince as you cut your finger on the knife while slicing a tomato. Stupid. You feel a little embarrassed for such a blunder and sigh, tossing the knife onto the cutting board. You're about to head to the bathroom for a bandage when the cat hops onto the counter. It sniffs at the knife and meows almost pointedly at you. Don't worry, I'm all right. It was just an... You watch as the cat starts to lick lightly, but enthusiastically the blood on the knife. At your blood. Well, that's concerning. Why are you licking my blood? You're so shocked that by the time you come to your senses, the knife has been completely licked clean. There's a lot of blood for cutting my finger. How badly did you cut your finger? The cat sits back, staring at you. You feel a little uneasy. Sure, cats are meat-eating predators, but that was a little weird, right? Sure, you're no cat expert, but that was definitely not something an ordinary cat would do. Right? I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I have a cat, and if I have lunch, even if it's like I've had like a quesadilla and there's just a bunch of like cheese and oil on my plate, I'll put it on my bed, and my cat will lick it every time. So I don't know. Well, regardless, you're not about to abandon a cat in need while it's still raining outside, not after all your efforts. You were going to take it to the shelter tomorrow anyway. What's one night of awkwardness? Weird or not, it's just a cat. The rest of the evening, unfortunately, goes downhill from there. Even after covering up your fingers cut with a bandage, the cat keeps trying to lick at the wound while you're eating your sandwich, while you're cleaning up the kitchen, while trying to watch TV. You generally push it away every time, but you're starting to get worried at the strange behavior. What if it got a taste for blood and thinks you're food now? You're not sure what you'll do if it starts to get more aggressive. You keep thinking about the cat food sitting in the corner. Untouched. Meow. This is an aggressive cat. You know what? Cats don't normally do that, though. That is kind of weird. Well, not the meowing, but like the wanting to lick your wound. Ah, come on, enough already. You shove it away, a little more forcefully this time, out of annoyance. You feel bad immediately, but before you can do anything, the cat meows sharply at you and dashes off around the corner and into the hole. You sigh deeply. At this point, you're just worried that it's going to take a bite out of you in your sleep. Maybe a vet will have an idea on how to calm it down. You can only hope. You don't have many other options left other than tossing the cat out in the rain. After finding the number of a local vet, you pick up your landline and the cat had chewed the power line. The lights just went out. Great. Just great. Rain just must have knocked out the power. You check your cell phone only to find that it's out of batteries. Oh, how convenient. You must have forgotten to charge it before leaving out earlier. The outing had been spur of the moment that it had no doubt messed with your usual routine. You grab a flashlight and turn it on. It's quiet. It's too quiet. Yeah, where's the cat? Did the rain stop? But then, why did the power go out? Wind? I don't think rain typically makes power go out. Unless it's like an insane to the point of it flooding or something. You look outside. The sky is pitch black. What time is it? You turn to check the clock. That's, not good. Excuse me. The cat sits on top of your digital clock, staring at you. Thinking now, you realize the clock shouldn't be working at all with the power outage. But the numbers are lit up. What is that? 3, 1... It's like 4, I think 12, and then like kill is in there too. And going completely haywire. The cat stares at you. It's completely still. You'd think it was a statue if you didn't know any better. It's not going off any It's not giving off any indication that it's alive. It's not blinking. It's not even breathing. But its eyes. This isn't normal. Well, no. No, I don't think this is normal. Definitely not normal. This cat is strange. Although the cat not appearing to be breathing, that's not strange. That does happen. Cats can be very still. There's times when I thought my cat was dead when I was lying on the floor, just sleeping. But the eyes, that's, concerning. You're afraid. You want to run, but you're afraid of letting the cat out of your sight. You consider tossing the cat out after all. You consider it, but as soon as the thought enters your head, you feel a sharp urge to vomit. Those eyes. Its eyes holding you still. Even with your flashlight trained on it. Its pupils are large, round, inky. Its pupils are large, round, inky pits. Okay, that's what's in. The flashlight flickers. Oh, I thought I did it there for some reason. Oh, that's bad. And the cat is gone. Fear immediately grips your mind. The silence, punctuated with the rapid pumping of blood in your heart, is overwritten as your ears slowly start to pick up the sound of static all around you. How is the clock working with no power? You don't know why such a question matters at the moment, but you feel as if having the answer will make sense out of everything that's happening. The order will be restored. That order will be restored. But no answer comes to mind. You back away from the clock and feel as if the air itself coils tightly and abruptly in response, like a predator prepared to pounce, but waiting for your next move. But you're afraid to move. You're afraid to even take a breath. But you can't stay still forever, right? Whatever is watching you, you can already feel its impatience. It's too eager. You don't know how you know this, but you can sense it's clearly as if it had whispered. That's kind of creepy. Right into your ear. Right into your soul. It won't let you wait it out. Not that you could even if it did. You can't stay here. You have to run. With this thought, a sudden primal instinct awakens within you, making you tear yourself into a hasty burst of movement, of action. But you're still weak from the fear's grip on your mind. Your legs tangle together under you in your haste, and you fall to the ground. What, did I just land on my knife? A sharp pain explodes in the center of your foot. At first, you think you've broken your ankle, but something warm and wet trickles down the leg of your foot, pulling underneath it. You hear the sound of metal scraping on tiles after skidding across the floor as if it had been kicked. Wounded from your fall, you look up in a daze and see the object glinting in a strange light coming in from outside. The light pouring in from your now open front door. Thoughts of how, when, who, what in regards to your inexplicably open door screech to a halt, as your brain finally identifies the metallic object you've been staring at. It's your kitchen knife. I just stepped on that. That would have hurt. And still tinted red from your earlier blunder, but that's not right. Wasn't it completely licked clean by the... You gulp dryly at the pain in your foot. You barely have time to wonder how the knife ended up on your living room floor to be stepped on, instead of resting on your cutting board in the kitchen where you'd left it, when you spy something in the darkness, just beyond the knife. It's the cat. Well, it's the eyes of the cat. It spies right back at you. A pair of glowing golden eyes come forward as the cat emerges from the shadows into the light from your doorway. It pads lightly over to the knife, as if skipping in delight, and bends down to lap at the blood dripping from the blade. The senses slowly begin to overwhelm you. The chill of the air as it starts to suffocate you under its weight. The sound of your shaky breaths discordant against the static now piercing your skull. The dryness on your tongue spreading to your throat. The incomprehensible sight of the stray you'd taken in, licking away at your kitchen knife, once again completely clean. The scent of blood from the fresh wound on your foot. Blood? Golden eyes slid up to you as if in response to your sudden realization. Blood. You're hurt. Your foot is bleeding. You're bleeding. You're bleeding. The cat barely moves, shoulders twitching as if just considering the act of pouncing forward. But you're already on your feet and out the door. You run, or rather limp, down the empty street. The sky is black and bleeding red, and there's a strange light emitting from nowhere that casts everything else in white. The houses, the trees, the road, even you. Everything. That's kind of weird. Also, wouldn't it be a bad idea to leave my house and run around with a bloody foot? Because you'd get a whole bunch of other stuff, especially if it was that knife. Looks like it went pretty deep. I don't know if that'd be a smart decision. This is hard to commentate. Well, it's not hard to commentate. I just too engrossed to reading. Except your blood. You can just barely glimpse the bloody imprints on your injured foot leaves in your wake with every impact. Wait, what? You can just barely glimpse the bloody imprints on your injured foot. With every impact it makes with the ground. That doesn't make sense. That sentence doesn't make sense to me. It hurts. It hurts. You can't stop. You don't stop. Not when the shadows grow around you. Not when you feel the gaze of eyes all over you. Not when the road ahead of you is darkened by a long shadow of something behind you. Even then, you don't stop running, because if that's the cat right there ahead of you, then what in the world is behind you? That's a good question. Let me save this. Yes, I want to override that save. There we go. Hmm. This is the question. Do we look behind us or do we keep running? I'm curious. Look behind me. Huh? Interesting. How very, very interesting. Innings error. It begins. Excuse me? Wait, continue. You're walking. Right, of course. It's the first time in a while that you've felt like going out. And you're actually glad that you did. The weather is absolutely perfect today. That's a good sign, right? Maybe your luck is finally starting to turn around. You tentatively allow yourself to feel excited for the possibilities of where you could actually go or what you could do. Maybe even who you could meet. You're so deep in thought that you almost missed it. A cat. Huh? What was that? Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a lonely alleyway. The sunlight only just manages to reach down in between the tall buildings on either side. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward. The loose gravel and scattered debris on the ground softening your steps. Meow, meow. Finally, the sound source comes into view in the warm, almost ethereal light of the alley. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is the cat. We're going to play to one more ending. Whenever I get ending 1 or whatever, then we'll stop. But we can come back to this because this is fun. Is a cat. Huh? Guess that should have been obvious. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its front paws up on the edge of the box and looks up at you. Meow. So, you look so familiar. Right. Right? Well, I know why, but then again, it is a cat. Not many different ways for a standard black cat to look after all. Well, I ain't never seen one look quite like this before. This one sure is a cutie, though. Just look. It's not glaring at you or hissing at you for getting this close like the stray cats have in the past. It's just sitting there, patiently, waiting for you to do something. Let's save another save. What if I don't take the cat home this time? Sadly, as cute as the cat is, you'd never take this thing home with you. You just can't take it home with you. You're a responsible adult. You are with rent and bills to pay for, not to mention you need to buy food to survive too. There's no way you could care for a cat long term, right? You can barely afford this little outing on your day off. What to do? Save, that's what to do. I probably shouldn't save on every single thing. On second thought, play with cat, feed cat, leave cat. No, I want to leave the cat. You don't think it's a good idea to get the cat's hopes up of having someone look after it if you're not willing to commit? What if it gets attached and somehow tracks you down back to your home? What was that? You'd never get away from it then. Okay. But back. Sorry. See you around, I guess. You stand up, the cat watching your every move. You make it halfway out the alley when the cat meows almost pitifully at you. Meow, meow, meow. Ignore. No, nope. You need to nip this in the bud and get on your way. On your day. On with your day. That's what's best for the both of you. You leave the alley and continue on your way. Wait, what was I doing? In all the excitement of dealing with your furry dilemma, you'd forgotten that you still hadn't decided on what you were going to do for your day off. I think I'll go watch a movie, go to the carnival, or go to a dog park. Well, I mean, a movie could be fun, but at the same time, it's nice and sunny. Why would we go to a movie? That would just be boring. We would be inside. We want to enjoy the daylight. We could go to a carnival. It could be fun, but we're kind of alone. It could be kind of sad. The dog park, we could meet someone. You know what? Let's go to watch... Nah, dog park. You decide to take a stroll in a park for something. The only one within walking distance is the nearby dog park. You think it'll make you feel better. First, you get to see a cute cat today. Now you'll get to see a cute dog. Several of them, in fact. The park is bustling with owners and their canine companions, playing frisbee, fetch, running, jumping, even napping. Such... whatever. Like you'd wanted anything to do with these mangy mutts. I mean, that was kind of one of the reasons I wanted to go to the dog park, was because we were just dealing with a cat. We were just dealing with a cat, and cats are sassy. And also, they don't like dogs. What's wrong? Well, they don't hate dogs, but... You didn't think that. You decided to move on. The dogs are all so adorable. You want to pet every single one you came across. But you know all owners are cool with not all owners are cool with strangers just walking up and manhandling their pets. Not all dogs appreciate it either. So you stroll around the park, trying to exude a welcoming aura that will beckon one of these cute doggies to you. You don't have to wait very long. Bark. You stop as the smallest, cutest puppy you've ever seen scampers up to you, blocking your path. That is not the cutest puppy I've ever seen. This music's also getting very loud. Kick the puppy, kill the puppy, eat the puppy, pick up the puppy, leave the park. I mean, these are some tempting... I think we, pick up the puppy. You pick the puppy. Drop it. Hold on. Drop it. Hold on. Drop it. Hold on. You just barely manage to rein in the reflex to throw the puppy as far away from you as possible. With shaking hands, you quickly place the puppy on the grass and take several jerky steps back. The owner seems confused by the reaction to their puppy. But you just wave at them in a daze before hastily stumbling away. You're not feeling so great about being at the park at the moment. Maybe you should leave. Leave the park or stay at the park? I'm staying. I want to see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? You stay at the park. You try to calm down by watching all the dogs from afar as you walk along the path. But every so often, one will run up to you. And when they do they look wrong. Their owners don't seem to notice. You find a bench and sit down for a quick break, closing your eyes. Maybe this wasn't the best idea after all. Maybe... You should have stayed with me instead. Excuse me, cat. I'm the one narrating the story here, not you. You're broken out of your thoughts when something lands gently on your lap. You look down and see a frisbee on your thighs. Hey, sorry about that. Can you throw that back? You look up and see an owner waving at you in the distance. But more importantly... A series of excited barks just jerks your gaze forward, and you see a large dog sprinting towards you. Yeah, this cat really trying to get in my mind. Huh. A series of excited barks jerks your gaze forward, and you see a rather large dog sprinting towards you. Hey, hurry and throw back. Oh, leave, throw. I'm dead. The dog suddenly bounds at you, angry, ferocious. It tears. Was that real? No, it wasn't real. Of course not. You're not feeling so great about being at the park at the moment. Maybe you should leave. Oh, we're back here. Oh, fine. Fine. Good. Listen, cat. I didn't want to leave. I think I'll go to the carnival then. You spend the day at the carnival. The Ferris wheel, roller coaster, pharaoh boat, rides you've been on before, hoops, coin toss, balloon darts, games you've played before, funnel cake, popcorn, cotton candy, food you've eaten before, all things you've enjoyed before. You're surrounded by groups of people all having fun together, laughing, playing, eating, taking pictures, making memories. And then there's you. The sun hasn't started to set yet, still high in the sky, but it will soon. You start to wonder if maybe you should just go home for the day. When you stop in your tracks, you see something new. Ooh, a mirror maze. An attraction you've never seen before. A maze of funhouse mirrors. It sounds kind of lame, honestly. There isn't even a line to get in. But then, what else is there to do? We're going to the maze. You enter the maze. A few rooms in, and you notice that the mirrors aren't all weird. Somehow, some just show you looking back at yourself. A little bored, a lot tired, and so very, very... What happened? Maybe this was a mistake. When did you think about going into a maze of mirrors was a good idea, even if it was something new to experience? I can't do this today. You turn around to head back the way you came, only to bump into a mirror. Ow. What the... Where's the exit? You try again, only to find another mirror blocking your way. By the time you're all turned around, you've realized that the way you came in is completely gone. Okay, don't panic. I just have to keep going forward, right? You step through the only opening you can find and nearly trip over something on the ground. You bend down and pick it up. What's this doing here? In your hand rests a worn-looking flashlight. Curious, you flick it on. Huh? The light doesn't even look very... Crap, the lights. Did the power go out, or did the attraction operator forget you were in there? In here. How long have you been in here, actually? You pull out your phone to check the time, or maybe call the police. But my phone's dead, isn't it? Your phone is dead. That predictable. You grip the flashlight in your hand. The light it emitted earlier was dim enough for you to know there's probably not that much juice left. Best to reserve it for a worst-case scenario and feel your way out. Yeah, you can do this. You take a calming breath. Well, forward we go. Hello, daring adventurer. Who's it? Welcome to Mirror Maze. Would you like to know how to navigate the maze? Yes, I need help. Once again, welcome to Mirror Maze. You're in a bit of a jam, but don't worry. You're in good hands. Or rather, good paws. Oh, frick, it's the cat. See these little cuties here? They'll be doing their best to guide you through the maze. Aren't they generous? When you enter a room, the emergency light will flash, letting you see the paths before you for a second, and also what lies beyond them. Whenever you see these kind kitties, just go where they are and you'll reach the next room. Unfortunately, they're not the only things in here. It is highly suggested that you refrain from following any of our other guests. You can be sneaky or distracting. They can be sneaky and distracting, but they're always hostile. So please, take caution when advancing to the next room. Of course, this wouldn't be much of a mirror maze without mirrors. Can they hurt you? No, they're just mirrors, silly. They don't do anything at all. And you can't do anything to them, either. They're just an obstacle you can't pass through. Go left. Go center. Go right. Or go right. The choice is yours. Though, if you find a room with no helpful kitties in sight, and all the paths lead to a mirror or something else, it's recommended that you stay put. And just maybe it will work itself out. Now, for your navigation tools. That flashlight you found doesn't have much juice left. It'll only let you get a quick extra peek at your surroundings about 5 times, so try not to use it all up at once. I gotta get out of 25 rooms. You can keep track of your progress through the rooms up to the left, and your lives up to the right. You've got 3 lives, so be careful to avoid the less friendly guests lurking around. Why only 3 lives, you ask? Because you're soft and squishy. It wouldn't take much to damage you beyond repair. Okay. And besides, you're human, and humans usually only have the 1 life, yes? And yet here, you get 3. Don't you think? You ought to show a little more gratitude. Probably, actually. You get extra lives. And that's the end of our tutorial. Hopefully it was helpful. Are you ready to play? I'm ready to play. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Go. Ooh. Right. Okay, next room. Right. Okay, next room. Left. Okay, next room. Stay. This room feels off. Just wait. I think something has changed. It just changed. Left. Okay, next room. Left. Okay, next room. Stay. This room feels off. Just wait. Center. Right. 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 Santa. Santa. Avoid all these weird things in these other rooms. Stay. There's just mirrors. Left. Center. Right. Center. Left. Center. Center. Left. Left again. Stay. This room feels off. Just wait. I think something's changed. You see it. The exit. You run forward, but as you do, the scenery shifts. Just slightly at first. But you're running too fast to stop yourself from colliding into the glass. Idiot. Except you don't quite go into the glass. You don't exactly collide with it either. You simply pass through it. And on the other side, you see an endless white void. And the static people. Yourself. Dozens of you. Hundreds of you wandering around. Aimless. Faceless. And empty. So empty and listless, they don't even acknowledge your presence. You try to turn back. But the glass doesn't give past the glass. A familiar black cat walks up and looks at you. You think it meows at you, but you can't make that out the sound. It tilts its head, then walks away. The glass goes dark. Then you watch hopelessly as it disappears. You're trapped, with only yourself as company. And you're 19. You beat the maze. I did. Thank you. Okay, well, this game is very cool. I very much like this game. And I reckon we should try and explore it and see if we can find all the endings. But not right now, because I want to go play some other things.